What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mag. So hope you're all staying safe and well out there. So this is your match preview for the game against Fulham at Craven Cottage tomorrow. 3 o'clock kickoff. Of course, it's a non-televised game with it being in the 3 o'clock slot. But we are going into this game looking to extend our unbeaten run in the Premier League to 5 games. And we're going a really good time to Craven Cottage, a ground where we have seen plentiful of goals for Newcastle United, plenty of wins for Newcastle as well. I mean, you just look past the single goal reverse on the opening weekend of the 16-17 championship season. You know, Newcastle had 5 successive wins we have so far at Craven Cottage in all competitions. And then, of course, Fulham's most recent victory over Newcastle, of course, came at St James's Park in the Championship during the March of 2017. And since then, Newcastle have won 7 meetings and drawn the other 2. Now, looking at it, obviously, you know, we're going into this looking to extend our unbeaten run. We are not the only team in the Premier League still unbeaten this season. We are one of 5 teams unbeaten this season. The other 4 are Man City, Arsenal, Forest and Brighton. But hopefully, by the time the final whistle blows tomorrow, Newcastle are still holding that unbeaten title and going into the next game, which of course is against a much tougher side. Now, looking at what Eddie Howe has said in his press conference today, of course, he's said that Isak is going to be a late decision taken on him, with, of course, news going around from many different media outlets saying, you know, that Isak has a facial injury, was forced off, and Eddie Howe has confirmed that in the press conference today, saying that, of course, Isak was forced off due to a facial injury, but he was also dealing with a foot injury as well, which is also making him doubtful for this game against Fulham. But like I've said, it's going to be a late decision on if Isak will be able to play or not. For me personally, if Isak isn't fully fit, I wouldn't risk him. I'd rather we'll go with William Osula, who were brought in this window just gone. You know, I'd rather go with that young lad going up top if, you know, Isak isn't 100% fit, because we do have that really big game against Man City coming up. So we do need to have Isak for that game. So that's just my personal opinion. Don't know what anybody else thinks about it. Let us know down in the comments below. But obviously we're still without the likes of Jamal Lascelles, Sven Bartman, Lewis Miley, Callum Wilson as well, who all are remained sidelined still. And then you look at the Fulham side of things. Fulham are coming into this game with worries as well. You know, they're going to be without Carlos Vincenzus, who is out with a calf injury. And also, whilst we had a free week to prepare for this game, Fulham didn't. Fulham had to play against Championship side, of course, Preston North End in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday night, which, of course, the game was a 1-1 draw, which then followed by an epic, absolutely epic penalty shootout that seen Fulham on the end of a 16-15 loss on penalties, beating the record of the previous penalty shootout, which was held by Liverpool and Middlesbrough not that long ago. Looking at Marco Silva's side, how they've begun the season as well. They lost on the opening day to Man U 1-0. Followed by a 2-1 home victory over Leicester City, and then successive 1-1 draws, then followed, of course, away at Portman Road against Ipswich, newly promoted to the Premier League this season, and of course against West Ham as well. The referee for this game will be again from the Northwest contingent, and again it is double Scousers. And it will be, of course, Peter Banks, whose most recent Newcastle United game was a 2-2 Premier League draw against West Ham in October of last year. And on VAR, it's going to be Rob Jones making the VAR decisions. Now, a success for us in this game would give us 13 points from our opening 5 games. The best start to a top flight season since collecting a maximum of 15 points in the 94-95 season. And, you know, if we could do that, that would be absolutely brilliant, because then that would set up nicely for the game against Manchester City, because that is going to be a very tough test to play against Man City, and it could be even harder of a test as well if we have to play that, you know, without Alexander Isak as well, you know. So hopefully the lads are firing on all cylinders. We have been having a little bit of trouble trying to get going, but we have been picking up the points. We have been getting the results, which is what, you know, the best teams do, and that's what future champs do as well. You know, going out there when you haven't been the best in the game, or you haven't had the best of games, and coming away, you know, with 3 points in the bag, a point in the bag, you know, that adds up over the season. And if, you know, come the back end of the season, we're sitting in a position where we're in for Champions League spots, or even, you know, pushing for a chance at the Premier League title, then that'll be because of these early results against these teams, you know. So that's something that we need to be looking at. We need to continue doing what we're doing, picking up the results when we haven't looked the best in games. But, you know, we definitely need to be focusing on this game first against Fulham, get the result here, then we can put our mindset to that game against Manchester City, because that will be a tough game. But that, of course, is after we play this one. Let us know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below. As always, remember, hit like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Away the lads.